Hey everyone, welcome to Springfield USA Episode 1. I'm Dan Gummel, and this is Chad Wilson. And this is the weekly podcast where we talk all things Champion City, Springfield, Ohio. Our guest for today is Mr. Derek Snowden. He's an all-around Renaissance man, an artist, and a producer, and he's also the owner of Empire Studios, where we're broadcasting from, right here in historic downtown Springfield. Chad, I'm really stoked for today's episode.
Man, I'm charged. Let's do it.
Let's go. Welcome to Springfield, USA.
Well, welcome back. Derek, man, this place is awesome. I just absolutely love this studio. The first time I walked in here, I just remember thinking, like, who is building this studio? I got to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just been an honor to be your friend, man. Can you tell us how we got here?
I'll try to keep it short, but yeah, thanks for asking. Really, it just it started with a band and with touring and signing a record deal and going to actually record our album in some amazing studios, having an amazing producer, and just experiencing that and catching that bug and kind of catching fire for production and just how it all came together. And I always said that, you know, when the band stuff was over and I was done being a rock star, that I was going to go and retire in production. Well, it came a lot earlier than I ever planned, but it's fantastic. And so really I just learned the studio stuff kind of in my house with, you know, the bare essentials and how to make that sound like something comparable to what's on the radio, which, you know, now I realize how far off I was back then. But I was just hungry and just constantly trying to achieve something, which I think the overall goal was to just try to gain that quality that was, you know, equivalent to what's out there.
Well, your stuff sounds amazing, man. I'm looking forward to hearing it in a little bit here. But can you kind of talk to us about, like, did you start with a 4-track? Did you start with an 8-track? Or was it a bedroom studio or computer?
Man, it just jumps so quickly. Initially, right off, it started with a PC laptop and Sony Acid Pro.
Okay.
I know you guys know what's up with that, but
Long time ago.
a long time ago, exactly. And I don't know. I mean, I was plugging guitars directly in, you know, from 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch for anybody that actually knows what that means. But and it went from that to, you know, just obtaining some other pieces of gear and just constantly developing.
Awesome, man. It's a beautiful place, man.
Thank you so much.
So Derek, you're probably one of the most creative dudes I've known here in the city in our brief friendship. Tell me about, like, what your creative process looks like.
Well, I mean, specifically for creating a song, or
like when you come in to the studio, are you coming in with like a pretty like a formula that you want to pound out, or are you kind of coming in more experimental?
Really, I just kind of base it all off of emotion, whatever I'm coming in and I feel like doing, because, and I've said this before, that when you create off of emotion and passion versus creating off of like obligation, that you get two different products. So I always want my mixes, my mastering, all the songs that I produce, engineer, and all the instruments I play, I want them to all have passion and feeling in it, because, I mean, truthfully, I'm a pretty dramatic dude. And just ask my wife. And I put that in my music. I really do. And so when I come in, it's like, what do I feel like doing today? You know, do I feel like tracking drums? Do I feel like playing drums? Do I feel like tracking guitar, playing guitar? Do I feel like writing some vocal melodies and getting some vocals down?
So it sounds like you almost kind of only want to be involved with projects that you're like super passionate and stoked about. Is that?
You know, it would seem that way, but I guess the flip side of that is that I'm passionate about all projects. I'm passionate about all genres of music. There's some genres that I know less about, that I'm less familiar with, but still have the same passion and drive towards. So I get things in all the time with singer-songwriters, with, you know, young little kids who just have amazing talents. Older people. I've recorded a 98-year-old woman who yodels and plays. She has this Gibson acoustic, man, that was from like the Great Depression. I mean, this thing was just amazing.
Yodeling?
I know.
Can you yodel for us?
No.
Nice. Well, yeah, you know, I've heard some of your projects that are like in the hip hop realm. I've heard some of your projects that are singer-songwriters. Some of your projects sound real edgy and rock. I think that's one of the things that makes you a great producer and a great songwriter, is that you know a little bit about all those genres. Can you kind of like maybe tell our listeners like what you've been working on lately?
Yeah, for sure. So right now I have this very common situation with writers. A lot of writers I've just kind of gained these relationships with. They know what to expect out of me. They know what they're going to get from me. So what they generally like to do is they like to email me lyrics and say, hey, just take these lyrics, read them, and then sit down with an instrument and just create. And whatever song comes to you, develop that, send it to me. Here's a check, or however, you know, we deal with that. And then they take these songs and they use them as part of their catalog for placements.
And you like working that way? It's kind of like a blank canvas. They're giving you the paint and the canvas and the paintbrush.
Right.
And they're saying make something awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of freedom is pretty incredible. I'd imagine that maybe for some other engineers, producers, or whatever, that might be too much of a load. They want to just be the guy behind the curtain, and I kind of like bridging the gap. I like doing all of it. I really do. My creativity just opens up, and then when I get this vocal idea, I put that down, and then it like goes in hand with this guitar idea. And then I'm like, oh man, then the drums have got to feel like this. And then I'm like, oh, then the bass. And a lot of times I get Landon, my engineer, who's a phenomenal bass player, to just like put it down, because he's generally in the same mindset as I am. So,
hey, how about we take a listen to that track you're working on?
Yeah. Let's pull it up.
Railroad tracks at a place called the Sugar Shack. Remember that? Remember that? We were dancing like crazy in love. And people always talking about the both of us. A puppy love or a high school crush. That was the question.
And we are back. Derek, that was an incredible track, man.
Thanks, man.
It is, man, it's just so good to know that there's like really high quality stuff coming out of here, coming out of Springfield, Ohio. I mean, that's why Chad and I are here, is we want to speak good words. Like, we really want to do well for the city. Tell me about you're here in town, you've got a passion for the city. Tell me about that, and tell me about what you're working on to build the city up.
Yeah, I mean, I really have a passion for the city, specifically because I know where we've been. I know how amazing and successful we've been as a city. And so to see us kind of in this drought, you know, more or less, and we're at this slow incline, I just want to be more a part of kind of increasing the pitch of this growth as the downtown continues to grow. My studio's downtown. You know, I couldn't think of a better place in all of Springfield to have a studio.
Tell me about how you're starting to leverage the studio for the city.
Really, it's kind of creating more of a program that is starting to allow students and kids to come in here.
Like a mentorship.
Exactly. Developing this mentorship that is going to just kind of, I guess, help build their dreams a little bit more, open their eyes a little bit more, and allow them to dream.
So you're talking about bringing kids in here and teaching them everything about recording, from computer basics to how to track, how to engineer, how to mix.
Even I'll even have some things focused on instruments. I mean,
Awesome.
Because I'm such a fan of the idea of somebody who does production and engineering also playing a wide variety of instruments, because I know how much it's not only helped me, but it supported my family.
Well, Derek, I want to introduce a little segment that we're going to call Champion City Trivia. You ready to step into the ring?
For sure.
Old Davey Moore.
Oh, goodness.
Awesome. Okay, so the first question is...
You go 3 rounds.
We have to do a little name dropping since we're in a recording studio.
Right.
John Legend's from Springfield, Ohio, right?
Is he?
Yeah. And we love him. And
Yep.
how many Grammys has he currently won as of right now?
Oh, let me see. Yeah, is it timed? Can I use my phone or call?
You cannot use your phone. There are no lifelines.
Okay, no lifelines?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
The
going to
hard
say
drive
6.
space is getting lower, so let's...
6?
6.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Nice sound effect.
The correct answer is 9.
9?
Yeah, John is such a beast. He's got 9. And that doesn't include his BET awards or the other stuff that he's got.
Right.
So that's just Grammys.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
You took a right hook there.
I did. It was
Okay.
painful.
All right. Well, here's an uppercut. So you and I both graduated from Kittenridge High School here in Springfield. How many professional baseball players have they put up since the start of Kittenridge High School?
You went sports on me. Ugh,
Yes, I did.
This is an uppercut. Professional baseball players. I'm familiar with one. So I'm going to guess there's at least 2 more that I'm unaware of. Let's say 3.
Say 3. Final answer?
Yeah.
Oh, you had to change your final answer to 4.
Oh, so close.
Nice.
4 professional baseball players out of KR.
Yep.
Hopefully more to come.
Anybody from 2002?
Adam Eaton's currently playing. I don't know what year he graduated, but he's currently in the bigs doing his thing. So
Maybe he'll
Good for
be
him.
on the show.
you're against the ropes, bro.
I am.
Okay, man.
Feeling banged up right
well,
now.
here's the last punch. What do you think? Right hook or left hook?
Probably left.
Left. All right, here's the last punch. Wittenberg University here in Springfield is a liberal arts school known all around the world. And what was the original mascot for Wittenberg University?
Let's give him some options.
Okay, you give him
Please.
options. Dan's going to give you options.
Was it A, the Fighting Lutherans, B, the Fighting Tigers, or C, the Fighting Music Producers?
This is starting to feel like a Spartan kick to the gut. I'm just going to say, well, it's obviously not 3.
Come on.
You never know. You never know. All right, let's go Tigers.
Tigers?
He's out for the count.
Dude,
Are
he's
you
out.
serious?
TKO.
That's okay.
Lutherans?
The
Fighting
Fighting
Lutherans.
Lutherans, yeah.
I've never even heard of that. What is that? An animal or?
It's a
It's an
doctrinal
endangered
fight.
species. Yeah, I don't know. I learned that walking through Wittenberg earlier, and they had this sign that said the Fighting Lutherans. And
You asked the question.
I asked the question. Next time, maybe we'll give them some music questions.
Yeah, we gotta be a little bit closer to home.
Okay.
Why don't you wrap us up, Dano?
I will wrap you up. Guys, thanks so much for joining us on episode 1 of Springfield USA. Derek Snowden, the man, the myth, and the legend. He's right here in Empire Studios, downtown Springfield, Ohio, in the Commerce Point building. Join us next week. We've got some exciting guests coming on to the show. We've got athletes, we've got artists, we've got professionals from all around the city. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. I know Chad is as well. Thanks so much, and make sure to subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're also on podcast on the little iTunes button. It's the purple button. If you subscribe, leave us a review of the show. We pick winners of our reviewers, and you guys get some sweet stuff. We're talking gift cards, T-shirts.
T-shirts?
Which we need to give away right now.
Yeah.
So, Derek, why don't you talk about this?
Well, this is kind of our good cheese for the day.
Yeah.
Speak a good word for Springfield or say nothing. This is from our friends at Champion City Guide and Supply right next door here. It's yours, my friend.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
I hope it's a small.
It's an extra small.
We got extra small for them.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next week.